Alrighty everyone, so on to the penultimate character. We've got Recluse. And I was actually gonna make a companion video to this guide to show off the spells and incantations that I like to use and also the cocktails that I like to use, but I realized that there's really no fast way to say it, so it would be like a 40-minute video. So I just produced the tier list, though here they are. These are for incantations, sorceries, and light cocktails. So if you are interested in that, you can pause the video, look at them, and then ask me why I think a certain thing, and maybe I can give you a quick answer. But in general, I do feel like they merit their own video for me to explain why things are the way they are. Overall, though, I always recommend throw this away. I always recommend... Actually, no, give me that. Great glintstone shard is pretty nice. I always recommend things with a fast cast time, especially for solo play, but also for multiplayer. Fast cast time, lots of damage, good mana economy. Those are kind of like the things that, I guess, dictated what tier everything was in. Oh, we forgot I swapped them over. What did it lock onto? It locked onto something through a wall. That's insane. There you go. Let's check the shop for something with lightning. Nice. Yeah, okay. We can take that. Actually, we can take anything with holy here. Ooh, a hammer. Not that good. There isn't really any cocktail that deals holy damage, by the way, so you're better off killing the boss with other stuff and letting your team, if you have a team, deal with the debuffs that you need. But obviously in solo we don't have that luxury. We're gonna have to kill Heolstor the old-fashioned way, with my own bare hands. Hello? Alt? Was a little bit dangerous. My ult didn't want to go off even though I had it. I even waited for the sound cue. Okay. Here's one of the first cocktails. Opa. And you can also see the very annoying thing that happens when you play characters like these, where every enemy starts feeling like they're... Yup, look at him. Die. Every enemy feels like they can take you on one-on-one and instantly kill you. So you have to defend yourself. We're gonna go for Shattering Crystal here. Drop this, and we're looking for lightning primarily. Another Shattering Crystal. Rancor Call is pretty funny. Garen Gritsword is also good, and that's another problem I guess with the tier list, is that I'm just gonna tell you, yeah, this one's pretty decent, yeah, this one's pretty good, depending on how you use it. And so that's also not good for like a quick video, because people will have questions, I assume. So let me know if you want me to make a tier list video and explain all of my thought process, but I would have to collect a lot of footage for that, I feel. We're gonna go down south actually through this camp. That looks like Misbegotten camp, so we might be able to kill it or take care of it, I guess. And as for the cocktails in terms of the tier list, it turns out that it really doesn't matter. One, because you should learn all of them to begin with. It is your character after all. There's no skipping that. And the other thing is that in multiplayer you have the added issue of your teammates are going to interrupt your cocktail. Like, say you're trying to go for Zamora Ice Storm, right? And the problem there will be that you've got everything set up. You only need like a lightning essence or whatever. And some dickhead's gonna put fire damage on the boss, and then you're gonna lose your cocktail immediately. And that feels terrible. And so to avoid that, I would just suggest try to... Oh, that's a death right bird. Are you kidding me? Well, let's give it a wide berth. We're not gonna go for this Evergel at this point then. That's too risky. But yeah, your teammates in multiplayer are just going to ruin your cocktail. So at that point, I would suggest just trying to keep your DPS up. And just putting out whatever cocktail you got. Oh, there you go. Don't worry about what you got. Just worry about getting something out, basically. For solo as well, there is something to be said about a few of them. I really do like the very efficient ones. We're actually gonna go for maximum stamina as always. Very nice. What's scary is that we only have one church in the ring, so we might go for this one if we have time. But Carrion Slicer and the Blink Bolt are both very good cocktails, and then the resulting combination of all three types, the Gravity Blast, is also very, very good for when you get a stun or something with your sorcery. So those three are the ones that I would recommend. We still don't have any other element type, which is problematic. Thankfully, we have a club to do this. It is super important to be able to riposte things, because it's not only damage where you otherwise wouldn't have any, which I always recommend. It is also damage that might proc a frostbite if you have some kind of frostbite weapon on your right hand, or poison or whatever status that you might want. That should kill him, is what I would say. There you go. Barbaric Roar, useless. We do have bleed and we do have fire. I am low-key, high-key gonna take the fire. And then out here, I'm gonna take the lightning. And that's our element types. So obviously, since we don't really have a fire source, we won't be using it as our main weapon. But this is gonna be our main weapon. So we could just do this. Get the lightning, and now we don't need lightning ever again. That's the beauty of it. We'll see if we can still go get that church, but it might be a little bit too slow at this point. Hopefully this is, yeah, it does look like a ruined camp. So I can talk about the build really quickly. I didn't talk about it at the start. Oh, why do you lock on to something like far away, man? That's so obnoxious. There you go. Stamina. I just don't feel like you get enough HP, even with the buffs to your ult, to be tanky enough to justify like Augur Relic. If you feel like the Augur Relic does actually work for you, then by all means use it. But in my experience, more stamina has helped out more. Because also, whenever you have a very expensive spell, you want to be able to dodge after using it. And obviously more stamina means more cast, which means more damage as well. So all in all, it is more beneficial, I feel. Fire. This is better than the fire that we had, so we'll take it. And now we are level 6. Then all the FP in the world, thanks to the Knight of the Wise Relic. Really, really good. If you have a spellcaster that you like to play, whichever of the 3 in the game currently, or any more that they might add, then that one is really impactful. You should try to get it if you have the chance. And finally, defeating enemies gives you what is it called? Art Gauge. That one is also really good, and I would highly suggest. And overall, that will help you out quite a bit, turns out. Things that I don't have that I wish I had would be like the Terra Magica buff. I have yet to roll that one. And other things like improved like crystal sorcery and stuff like that I use quite often. I always try to go for Shattering Crystal and stuff because it is fairly common and it does a lot of damage. So it is one of the best spells, I feel, in terms of availability. But you can also go for Gravity Sorcery, Slicer, whatever you want. You can go for more HP. You can go for Stamina hit +1 from the Knight of the Hunt. That one will count for your sorceries. Other versions of that same roll won't, so keep that in mind. And that's it, really. That's all about the build. So the whole playstyle of this character, at least in solo, where you do have some control over your cocktails, is to force Slicer and or Blink Bolt. Then if you really want to, you can use all the others to like show them off or have fun. But those two are very much a necessity. So before I kill these things, I should actually pop ult. Really annoying boss here. There you go. But that's essentially how it works. Because the important thing is getting the element types. So here we're going to get some magic from this guy. And we're pretty much set up for a slicer for the night boss. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you should take this. If you're me in this situation, take this. But we'll take this. And the reason why is because I use Carrion Slicers so much, and I want to show off the crystal stuff because I think it's going to be more fun. So yeah, I'll take that Slicer 100% of the time. I'm going to try to show you basically both really good spells. So here I'm going to show you Slicer. As you can see, it does slice. And that was a misplay because we actually killed the guy that we needed the lightning from. And so that's the only way you really lose your buff. And this one will be Blink Bolt, which is equally as good. If you're mainly focusing on incantations, most incantations will do fire damage. So you can get this fairly easily as well, as you can see. And it does quite a bit of damage. I think combination of those three will be one of the better spells in the game. And I'll try to show it off here with Godrick. Actually, well, I do want to bleed. Let me see if I can get a bleed here. Go. Oh, way too early. Okay, and then we're gonna ult. And see if we get it. That's a lot of damage. And we're looking for lightning again. We can just run right of this, by the way. And here's where riposts are really useful, even though you're not doing any damage, because you are just setting yourself up for killing the boss. So, really useful. I don't think this even works for sorcery, so I guess we'll take more FP. I don't know, they're about equivalent. Alright, let's head on to the Central Castle. Let's see what we can do. But yeah, those three main spells will carry you in basically any matchup. Because they do magic, fire, and lightning damage. And there isn't anything in the game that is resistant to all three. So there's that. The only big downside to this character is having to fight something where you really want the holy debuff, and even then sometimes you could just brute force it, like with Heolstor. Now obviously Heolstor is a very difficult boss, so it's far more about your playstyle with this character than any actual build. It's probably why it's one of the most difficult characters to play. Thankfully, we got a nice boss here, so we'll mess around with him a little bit. As always, try to go for the shield side. Because it just loops him with all these attacks until he hits phase 2. And now he'll start doing the shield stuff. And you can see just how impactful it is to have Slicer, because it just feeds itself. Right now I'm only focusing on my magic. And that really frees up a lot of brain space, I guess, or mental stacking. And you don't have to worry about anything other than your magic. So really good. And like I said, if I had an incantation on my left hand, I would be focusing primarily on that and just using the lightning to get the Blick Bolt. Oh, that hit me somehow. He's dead. There you go. Okay. So I showed you Gravity Blast. I could also show you stuff like Comet Azure, apparently. I might hit him with the Comet Azure, I'm not gonna lie. I think he deserves it. We'll see what we can do, though. He is a little bit finicky to get Comet Azure off on. You know what? We're actually gonna go for the church because there's a boss on the way anyway, and I do want to get that church. I don't want to have it close on me because the ring's not here randomly or whatever. So we'll see what we can do about that. We'll go up there first and then think about any Everjails or whatever. I'm not really looking for Everjails anyway, so. And once we get a good incantation, we can just drop this katana. We're not really using it to begin with. So we got a pretty funny fight, actually. You would think it's one of the worst, but magic does very well against this guy. Especially crystal. You do have to be careful though, because your dodge is not the best. And he does like to animation cancel. The sword mode is definitely the most dangerous, because he could do that. But he quickly swapped. You know what? I'm gonna hit this. Because of the way your ult works, this is also why I don't really feel too stressed about my HP, because you just get it back so quickly anyway. You can see how how much damage we're just doing every single cast. It definitely is one of the spells of all time. And he moved and he basically killed himself in Minecraft. We've got another Combat Azure, but we'll be taking the Renala's Regal Scepter because that is the only useful thing about it. The moon is funny, but we're not gonna be able to get the moon off. Really, maybe. Let me see what I can do about that moon. We'll see if we get something good here. It would be nice. The central castle is in the ring. We got Flame Sling. Yeah, Flame Sling is funny. Oh, that's not what I wanted to drop. Here we go. So now we have all 3 damage types. The only one that we need is Holy. It would be very nice for the boss to have Holy, but he is also just so resistant that sometimes it's just better to deal damage to him, you know what I mean? So I don't know how often it's actually saved my life because Shattering Crystal is pretty stamina friendly, but with some spells it really is important for you to have a bunch of stamina. It's something I would definitely recommend. So we are going to buy this right away, just so we don't forget it. It's already going to be night 2. I don't want to waste too much time doing that kind of stuff. And we've got Magma Wyrm. We are gonna throw a sling at you, sir. Get the magic back. Jump that. Get the lightning back. And let's see if this works actually. So we're gonna get the riposte just to get the riposte. So yeah, that's pretty decent. He's gonna run again. So we're gonna get our slicer. This is a character that definitely rewards knowledge, matchup knowledge specifically. So if you are not comfortable with these guys, in solo it's gonna be very difficult to actually get this amount of damage in. Because you have to know basically how long something takes to fall down, how long something takes while reposted. Wow. Yeah, I actually do like that more. Well, I'm gonna take the longer iframes just in case. Heolstor is always very dangerous, no matter what character you're playing or what build you have. So we'll be going for that. And at this point, I do want to upgrade my weapon. So if this is something that's gonna be too time consuming, it is not. Oh, that goes through walls. I forgot. Ooh, danger, 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 danger. We'll eat it. Really doesn't matter. We just want to be full HP. See like how quickly something can go wrong with this character? That was literally me just not thinking for like a microsecond and I nearly died for it. So definitely something you should be very aware of. I also thought about getting my ult up. If you don't know, the ult doesn't actually kill you. Oh, you get bled, I guess, while you're invuln. You don't actually die from it. So you don't really want to be testing your luck, do you? Alright, well, whew, with that little scare out of the way, I might actually go for... we don't have anywhere to upgrade here, so I'm gonna upgrade my crystal staff right now. And then see if I can get this troll here. If not, then it's totally fine. We're primarily gonna be using Shattering Crystal to begin with anyway. We don't need to upgrade anything else. And thankfully I hate trolls, and I wish a very bad day on the trolls. We're not really gonna use the Flame Sling, but I did want to show off the gravity spell. We'll see what's over here. Man, I don't remember what's over here, actually. Oh, a moose. I'm pretty sure we can kill that. Can we? Maybe if we... doable. Oh, that was a miss input, actually. You should be very careful about that with this character. I did talk about it with Duchess. You will get those inputs because you're trying to use your cocktail, and then you're going to get the R2 or the L2 of your weapon. So be very careful, because it will get you killed. If that had happened to me at the start of a run, or like at the very start of a run where I don't have all these things protecting me, I would have very easily died. Okay, so we get our FP back. We're looking at level 14 maybe, and we already have our lightning. Hopefully you can see just how convenient the lightning is, right? We haven't used our main hand weapon basically at all, except for the lightning buff. So this character is 100% about the elements. Don't think that just because it's a melee weapon you shouldn't use it, because you don't have the stats or whatever. You don't care about the damage, you care about the element that it does. Because as you can see, it has... whoop, animation, weird animation there. It has completely fed our spells. This girl is really annoying. We have to be very careful. This is not going to kill her, I don't think, is what I would say. Whoop. Well. There you go. We got our lightning back. Alright, so I don't know if you can tell, but I am so fucking scared of Dancer. She definitely is the scariest returning boss. Just the amount of damage that she does is insane, and her big ult in phase 2 is also insane. Let's try to use the tree there. Nice. So what I've been trying to do here is wait for her to waste like 6 of them, and then actually use my ult, because she is kind of programmed to just follow you until she hits you. So that basically tells her, hey, you got your ult. You got your ult off. trying to run the fuck away there, by the way. Let's see if we can get our essence back without her. That's nice. Rust. GG. Very, very scary. Incredibly scary. But we got her. And it looks like... Never mind. I was going to say, it looks like we're getting invaded. But we are not. Let me throw these two away, because we're not going to need them. And we have essentially everything that we need. We don't even need to worry about like, oh, don't kill the enemy so we can get our slicer back. Because obviously the only thing left is the boss. We're level 14. And we'll see. I might not really talk too much here because Heolstor is very dangerous. And I haven't fought him too much with this character, so I just have to be extra careful. So give me a second. Looking good so far. We get our lightning back. What's primarily scary about Heolstor, besides him doing a lot of damage, is that he can dead angle you so much. So it's really about keeping yourself safe from all of his possible combos. And that gets very difficult in phase 2 where you have the geysers and the trails and everything just trying to hit you, so we're being extra careful here. We'll save our ult as always for the big combo because I always hate trying to dodge it, so. Oh, dangerous. So for this one, as always, try to run away. And when you see them physically lock onto you, you try to do a half circle forward. Sometimes they might clip you though, so be very careful. I think that one, without the extra iframes that we have, would have killed me, or would have hit me. Oh, that one was dangerous. Frostbite is definitely not one of the worst. It's one of the best. And because of the FOV of the camera, it's really difficult to tell where you are. gonna pop ult here, by the way. That was a terrible choice. I didn't know I had cocktail. I wasn't paying attention. Whoopa. Again. Run away. When you see them lock on, have circle forward. There you go. Okay, we have cocktail. So phase 2.5. I want to use my cocktail here because it just does so much damage, as you can see. And we got lightning, so that's really good for us because it means we're not going to get comboed by a shitty status effect. And there you go, that's Heolstor. I did have to focus up a little bit more, but good stuff. We weren't able to use our Combat Azure, but it's really difficult to stance break this guy with incantations and sorceries, so hopefully you did enjoy. Like I said, this is one of the most difficult characters, or no, this is the most difficult character to play solo, so if you have any questions, as always, let me know. Hopefully other Recluse mains in the comment section can help out as well. And yeah, I don't know. She's very difficult, and that's what I like about her. So you'll be seeing a lot more Recluse from me. And well, as always, you have a good one.